I'm not Chris Maloney, and I'm not Matt Lauer, and I'm not Dr. Josh Klapow. See, you look nothing like Matt Lauer. Your hair and your facial features do, but it's all in the eyes. We know it's the eyes, right?
Okay. That's a good thing though now.
Yeah, but you look more like Chris Maloney, which I just tweeted out. You look more like him. Yes, I mean they're both good-looking guys.
Yeah.
I mean they're both television stars, so that's a compliment.
Thank you.
I get two. Ty Pennington.
Yeah, except you're
move that boss. I get that a lot. It's an eye thing. I'm not that good looking. I'm not as good looking as he
taller.
is, and I'm a little loud. When I had that goatee, then I think
he's dead.
No,
I'm pretty sure.
No, he's doing a Caesars commercial. I saw it last night. Oh, he's not dead.
He's dead.
He's still doing something on the home network where they're building homes. Yes, move that bus. Unless they're running his commercials while he's dead, he's doing a Caesars commercial. He's like, "Hello, betters, get the Caesars app." I mean, he's totally sledded himself out.
Okay,
but he's still alive. And the other one is, and I was in. I think I was in. It may have been when I first got here. Someone pulled up beside me at a stoplight, and they were freaking out. And I had just started doing radio here, and they thought I was Julian Lennon. And I was like,
"Yeah."
He's like, "Are you Julian Lennon?" And it was an older guy that kind of knew his stuff. I said, "No." And he goes, "You're Julian Lennon." I said, "No." And he goes, "What are you doing in Birmingham?" And I said, "Maybe I'm in the wrong Birmingham. I thought I was in Birmingham, England." And he goes, "No, seriously, what are you doing? You got a show here?" And I was like, "I'm not Julian Lennon." He's like, "No, seriously." And I was sitting in the pastor's house. I said, "No, seriously, I'm not." He goes, "No." And he's looking at his wife and stuff. And so I pulled up some pictures. And if you look at Julian Lennon,
you do.
I'll post pictures of me next to Julian Lennon. If you put the pictures, which Julian Lennon's a good guy.
Actually, you look like a mashup between those two.
Yeah.
You do. The problem they give for you.
If Ty Pennington and Julian Lennon had a baby at me.
The problem for you is your height kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
You're so much taller. Well, I don't know. Actually.
Well, I was sitting in the car, so they didn't know how tall I was. But I took that as anytime someone says you look like someone famous, that even if it's like Steve Buscemi,
well, I told you
you take it as a compliment.
I told you before the show started, I used to be, when I had hair, Bob Saget.
Yeah, good looking guy.
Yeah,
I don't get the Bob Saget thing at all. I don't.
No, I had hair then.
Yeah,
I had the Matt Lauer thing for a long.
You look at the pictures I just posted at KCast Radio on Tony Kurre Radio on Twitter, and I could see the similarities. When I saw the Men's Fitness magazine, I was like, "That's you." And I see you every day, so I know.
Well, thank you,
Bob Saget.
So this all came about because our friends at Fox posted a video that I do in partnership with them, and somebody commented. I thought that was Matt Lauer. Which would be great for, well, actually wouldn't be great for Fox. Never mind. Let's move on.
You don't want to be known as Matt Lauer.
Not right now.
Although it seems like he's doing okay. He's got money and he's kind of going.
He went super away.
Yeah, he did, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, that wow.
It's amazing, though, because, he was he reminds me a little of Brian Williams. He was so trusted. We went to bed with him every night. We saw him every night after dinner.
Yes.
Or in the morning, and then he's just gone.
Well, and that's the thing. Those are the ones that are the ones that are the worst are when you don't know them. You know them as a celebrity, and, you hear the bombshell, and you go, "You're kidding. I would have never thought." Now, then the story comes out, and there's bits and pieces. But, yeah, our experience of him, those of us who didn't know him at all, was like, "You're kidding." But it's... We won't go there. The patriarchy, men are pigs. I mean, we've talked about it's hubris. It's power.
Yeah.
It's power combined with a lack of a moral compass, combined with a lack of ego strength. And I still think the same thing. I always want to know, and I understand it happens in the industry. I understand it happens in any powerful industry, and I see it in business all the time. The people that are around them, they can't surround themselves with people that will shut them down, because even if they bring in those people, I need
shut them down. How you mean?
Stop them from something. Even if they bring those people in, I need you to make sure that I stay on track.
Yeah.
The problem is that it works for a while, and the people who are brought in to sort of keep them on track kind of have two choices. One, lose your job, right? But I actually think that's not the issue, because I think a lot of those people will step down. We see that in presidencies all the time. That's compromise. I'm going to step down. Then the problem is you don't even bring in another person.
Yeah.
And the worse this person gets, the more people you got stepping down, until you've got one person who's supposed to be there to be to be their reality check, and then they become a yes person. And
I think that's what a lot of wannabe influencers and reality celebrity people fight with, in that if you put enough promotion and enough money behind anybody,
that's right,
you can make them successful.
Of course.
Matt Lauer went to this beloved journalist, great interviewer guy, to just like a nobody. Brian Williams was the same way. Lester Holt was a field reporter before he went to NBC, and now he's the most trusted man in news. And I can make it. They did it with me.
Yes.
I mean, I came in. I was a 22-year-old snot-nosed radio guy having a good time. I mean, I consider myself good at what I did, and I did whatever was asked, and I would go up and above, beyond whatever they asked me to do, and I wanted to be crazy. I'd do anything for ratings, and I know I stepped on some toes doing that, but they've sent me to Grammys. They put me in a position to succeed, and radio and television is not like that anymore.
It's harder now. It's so much harder now because of social media. You and I have talked about this. If you think about it before, the barriers to fame before social media were so much greater, because you had to get on television, or you had to get on radio, or you had to be in a movie, or maybe a newspaper. That was it. That was the only way that you could do it. And if you did that, I mean, unless you were an anchor, you weren't in people's faces frequently. So if you think about social media, and I've said this a million times, everybody gets to be a celebrity. Yeah. Everybody has that shot.
We always say, it used to be that you had to be pretty good or crafty at whatever you're doing, and then your content sold, and then people enjoyed your show, and then it would grow.
If.
Yeah, and then if you had somebody behind you that had some money, like a great radio station or a television company or whatever, and they started promoting you, then you had something really, really special. And now we're seeing that you could be the best at whatever you do if you're on television or radio, and you're just kind of stuck, because unless someone's promoting you, and we're seeing that here on the network here, that when you have money to promote whatever, if you've got money, you can be famous. You can be famous
now. More so now, because there's more there's more outlets, and you don't even have to be. There's no barrier. So if you think about it, you throw enough money behind anything of social media presence. Well, let me say this. But one thing that's still there is you can be famous, but as you say, content is still king. Like you can hold your money behind it and keep it going, but if you're not resonating with people in some way, you can stay out there.
But now there are so many smaller groups.
Yes,
and
you're right.
I'll use the Facebook group thing.
Yeah, that's a great example.
I'm telling you, man, if you wanted to put together, Basset Hound loving widows who are funny and put a group out, you'd have 100,000 followers, because people want to join groups. They want to say, that's me, or I'm like that. And next thing you know, and so, whereas we were more of a general pleasers, now we're more factioned into our own little groups, and we're going narrow and deep.
Hyper-personalization.
It is. And that happens with marketing. It happens with everything.
Well, the good news about it is, remember, who's our producer friend? Dave Hammonds? Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember he was talking about how do you become famous in the music industry? I'm not famous, sorry. How do you become successful? And his point was, you don't have to be discovered now by a giant label to be successful. And when he said successful, he meant earn a living.
It was certainly a lot easier back in those days.
Yeah, but what he's saying is now
I know.
You can earn a good living doing your own gig.
I remember record labels coming into the radio station, and they would say, hey, listen, we have this show and this show and this show, and if you want us to give you front row tickets or great VIP experiences, that's great, but you need to play this new song from this band called Cutting Crew. I'm going, okay.
No way. Did you play classic rock?
Oh, yeah.
Did you play Aha?
No, I didn't play Aha. But I mean, there would be these bands that would come, and of course they would sell you on, it's great, it's going to be super, we're going to get behind this band, this is the next Beatles, blah, blah, blah. And so we get on the air, and my boss would come to me and, hey man, sell the hell out of this, man. Just sell the hell out of it. And I didn't know about the backside of the story, but I found out later. Sell it, it's great. And it's in most cases it was a great song. And then, of course, they'd sign the big deal with the record label. They demand 5 albums in 5 years. Never heard another thing from Kaja Gugu or the Cutting Crew or Aha or any of those bands. And in some cases, like you said, content's king. If you were really, really good and you continue to make those records, you continue to grow. But what you had the whole label behind you, saying, "Okay, this is the
That's
next
right.
thing," and it's a lot like it's got a lot of American Idol behind it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know, you
it's a
get
great
behind the
example.
Taylor Hicks, and then okay, you're out there, man. It's all you now.
Yeah.
Now you're on your own.
Yes.
You know, and unless
Well,
you're,
and in some, and I think American Idol's a great example.
yeah,
You put enough behind it.
Mhm.
You're going to punch out. You know, people are going to have their. It's not 7 minutes of fame. In this case, a season of fame, and some of them will go on to be huge stars.
yeah,
Jennifer Hudson.
yeah, yeah.
Oh crap. Kelly
Clarkson.
Sorry. Oh. Why am I sorry? I'm doing this. Country now. I'm forgetting.
I don't know. There've been so many of them.
No,
And,
they're huge.
and you can make an argument to the ones that didn't win. And Taylor Hicks obviously has done real well, but the ones that didn't win are doing just as well as
That
the ones
sounds
that
terrible. I mean, Jesus, take the wheel.
did. I don't know.
Come on, who's,
I've stopped watching at the Taylor Hicks.
oh
season.
Jesus, take the wheel. She's one of the biggest. Okay, crap, it's bad radio.